Is Mark Stoops on the hot seat if Kentucky goes 4-8 or 5-7? Because currently at FanDuel Sportsbook, where you can make every moment more, the over-under win total for the Kentucky Wildcats this season is 4.5. Over, heavily juiced, -142. Under at +116. So 5-7, 4-8. Any of that gonna change Kentucky's outlook?
If Bud were here, he would tell you, shouldn't be your Kentucky. Just take what you can get and be happy with it.
I think Bud's watching, so shout out. Hope you feel better, Bud.
Bud put in the notes something that is worth mentioning here. $41 million lump sum buyout. Is Kentucky going to shell out $41 million to get a replacement?
Gosh, he's got the best contract in all of sports, and it really is. Like, and he's earned it. He's deserved it. Like every time he gets a pay raise, if they get to a bowl or 8 wins or 9 wins, it increases. Like some of the clauses he has in there, and one of the reasons why this buyout is so steep. Man,
I think like this is one of those situations where he has been there for so long and he was super successful for pretty much the entirety of his tenure, that you start taking that success for granted if you're a Kentucky fan. So the impact of winning 7 games kind of wears off. Like he had the couple 10-win seasons, which are great, but those are, we know how fans are. Those are quickly forgotten. But now you bring in, we talked about the shifting landscape. Kentucky is definitely one of those jobs where the equation changes drastically when you bring in Texas and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So you were kind of already on the bottom half of the league. Now you've been pushed further down, and we saw that last year. They immediately go from 7-6 to 4-8. Now, part of that was quarterback changes. They just missed. It didn't work out, and it really impacted their ability to play. But it's a situation where I think, whether fair or not, like I think the only thing, if they go 4-8, I think the only thing that saves them is that buyout. I think they're ready to move on at that point.
Somebody mentioned, who would Kentucky hire?
Summerall,
yeah. I was going to say that would be the move. But are you having to fight LSU or Florida? Like, is John Summerall? Yeah, is John Summerall the top dog for SEC jobs? I mean, I'm sure John Summerall and John Summerall's agent would love it. Would love to find out that all the SEC teams are bidding for you. But
prediction.
Yes.
Phil Parker retires. Mark Stoops is fired. Stoops leaves, becomes the defensive coordinator, coach in waiting at Iowa. Kirk steps down. Mark steps in.
Leaving for Iowa to go retire is the plan. I don't know if all the pieces would come together. Like, would he leave to go be the defensive coordinator?
No, if he gets fired.
Okay. Then Phil Parker steps down and we initiate the full transition into Stoops having a 10-year career as Iowa's head coach, continuing to play good old-fashioned Iowa football.
Mm-hmm.
That could rock. What about
Clip it, Mikey. Write a note. We're going to need that one in 15 months.